I'm Robert A. Wilson with Cowboy Wisdom Hypno Acuity. Tonight's Pure Liberation podcast is Rise Above. Something I've expanded through in the last 30 to 90 days is about rising above and looking down on your life just kind of from above and pretend you're seeing it. When I did that, I saw the world in a box. And everything I was doing in life, I was in a box. So I rocketed out of the box to understand everything from society in is what somebody else wants us to know, do, and behave like. And so that's where the habitual habits come in, where we try to do things but yet fit into society's mold of one size fits all. And what happened to me is I had opened up to understand everything I was doing in my in self-help was a medicated limitation, and also in personal growth and self-improvement and coaching. Coaching is good, but for me, it's too shallow. It doesn't go deep enough. I have a desire to go way deep into my subconscious, my body, all of me. I want to be liberated. And that's the difference between liberated, heal, and transformation, change, and all that. Liberation, expand, energize, enterprise, appreciation, that rises you out of the mundane. And the words we use, everything that comes out of your, you speak, is actually coming from you. So when you tell the world it has challenges, them are your challenges. Them are your viewpoints, opinions, and beliefs. So what I opened up to understand, Cowboy Wisdom Hypno Acuity is going to show you a better way. And it's really speaking through inspiration, innovation, imagination, intuition. It's about rising above where you're at. And something I really awakened to is people want to market more than they want to expand people. I want to expand people and market. But my biggest intention in life is to show people a better way with expand, energize, enterprise, and experience. And I really awakened to this, and then I was out in the desert walking. I go walking in the desert every morning. I really have some interesting awakenings out there. And see, we've always been taught, when I read a book written by a psychologist or a psychotherapist, it's always, you have this, and you got to tolerate this. You got to be in a window of this and do this. That's all burping BS. You got to open up to your whoop-ass audacity to question everything going on in your life. Why is this occurring? Why is this occurring to expand me? Where's the wisdom? What am I afraid of? Why am I setting a boundary? And the biggest thing they like to do is window of toleration, regulate, and set boundaries. Boundaries are reinforcing your fears. And really, it has nothing to do with the outside world. Because once something happens in the exterior world and it's over, it's a full-blown subconscious representation with the emotions, the feelings, descriptions, images, and the words that were in there. That is a memory within you. So looking to the outside world to do anything will do zero for you. It's really about opening up to understand everything in the physical world is a tour guide, because life is a trial and dare. Unleashing our debonair flair to feel love, appreciate internal rebellious energy. We are free-flowing energy. And something else I really discovered, and I wrote something about it, is shed and shred. You want to shed like weight. Let's use weight. You want to shed the weight and shred the weight and do it right now with ease. But when you shed it and shred it, it gives you a feeling of liberation and expansion. But as I was going through this on everything, I really realized how stuck in words and how stuck I was in society's ways. For me, liberation, and the reason I went to hypnoacuity over hypnotherapy, I want people to disconnect from the therapy and using therapy and things for a crutch to unlock and unleash their unique talents. Life is an individual voyage, and we have the individuality of innovation, trend-setting tenacity to experience our own life. but we stay inside the boundaries of society. And when you set a boundary, that means you're staying inside society to me. I only speak about the way I expanded my life. And I expand my life because I want to be able to look at the day and stroll through it with a genteel grin, but with the tenacity to listen for the clarity of my dreams. And see, the thing is we want to use think and know and all this. Well, when you think and know, you're in the stink of the fink and rink and dink of yesterday. And that's just the way it is. The more honest you are with yourself, and as soon as you blame an outside source for anything, you're living in yesterday. And we've been taught revenge thinking. And, you know, we're all the education in the world, all the PhDs we have in the world, what is still how countries communicate through war and sanctions. There's none of the leaders of the world have enough gumption and enough guts to go sit in a room and communicate it out. And it's the old mentality, the tyranny and the tyrant mentality. I'm going to own you. That goes all the way back in business and everything. And the more I'm awakened up and understand that business and the personal world and people, our tyrant mindset of an enslaving mindset goes all the way back to the beginning of time. You know, it isn't about whether it is or not. It's about having the will and the thrill to admit it. That's the thing. You got to admit it to get rid of it. And see, here, the world will never look at the way life is to say we have the challenges and the chaos and all this. If you look at the world, we're still having human trafficking. We still have child labor, and we're supposed to be in the most modernized time in history. And we never want to have a healthy society because, let's be honest, health is a big time business for the medical field and the pharmaceuticals. You know, and the thing is, it's not about having a rant and a rave and, oh my God, it's admitting it. And we can do this individually. The wisdom of the world, the knowledge is in the education. The wisdom's in the people. People are the assets of the world. You're the asset of the world. That's an autonomous, savvy, savant, energizing, trend-setting vitality within you. It's time to stop letting the outside world and the medicated on education tell us that they have the answer. Only thing they have answers for is what's inside a book. I've been at this since 1997. In the last 7 years, I've realized change, heal, create, transformation, think, know, learn, hear are sideways movement. And I'm a union electrician. Transformation to me is everything we do is we transform down. Very seldom do we transform up. It comes in the building 500,000 volts, steps down to 13.8 to 408, 480, 277 all the way down. Transformation is a sideways movement. If you look at the power lines, they run parallel to the ground. But when we turn on a system, we energize it. And that's what you want to do with your dreams. You want to energize, enterprise, and all that. And if there isn't a word that fits your life, make one. There is no law you have to use the words everybody else does. You don't even have to do that. And it's called mine is called the neuro-liberating lingo of let's go. It's liminal imagination, naturally galvanizing, optimistic lure to understand life is a riddle and a mystery. But we're so wanting it, well, I'll structure this and I'll make a plan. Well, plans are bland. And how many times have you made a plan and a structure, and when it goes awry, you get stressed out and doubt? The more rigid you are with this, the more stress you encompass. If you make an outline and a design and be willing and open to facilitating and participating in the events and the encounters and the experiences, you never get caught up in yesterday. The more I awaken to this, I've been on the earth 67 years. My family didn't know if I'd make it to 21, but I did make it to this. I surprised them all. But anyway, you got to laugh at the gaps. But if you look at the world, on the overall, the world has never changed. That's because our subconscious, frozen in time representation, descriptions and images and everything is the same as our ancestors all the way back. We're still in survival mode. And a lot of people people that injure other people, or let's just say it, murderers and things like that, that's their subconscious mind, and that's their unwillingness to communicate and let go of something. And we've been taught by a long time ago. I used to like to watch Westerns, and I could see where I had that mindset. And I said, what the hell? It isn't about what other people do. It's how they do it, and watch what they do to entertain your wisdom and entertain your brain of fame to feel awesome, majestical energy flow through you. The more I'm around the self-help, personal growth, self-improvement, the coaching, and all this marketing I witness, the more the world stays the same. There is some unique marketers out there, and there's some unique people. But transformational coaching, to me, is just a sideways movement. I watch people's eyes and how they talk. If they talk with institutionalized arrogance, I get rid of them. And if transformation, heal, create, come into my email, I unsubscribe right away. And the more I'm around what other people do and the limitations, the more I get rid of it. And the more I understand my individuality, the more my imagination naturally dawns, intuitive, visionary imagination, dancing me through life with the greatest of ease. And one thing I really understand now, I started using rhymes in 2011. That really opened me up, because we learned to use rhymes as a child to learn. Well, now you can use rhymes to energize your wisdom. I chime the rhyme on my prime time, trend-setting imagination, magically expanding through life with the greatest of ease. As I feel the enterprising audacity stimulating everyday life, as love, imagination, feeling energized and wise, and I'm free-flowing energy every day. And that's what we really are, free-flowing energy. So when you understand and start looking at the world, if it's not coming from in here out, you're following and being a follower, and you're trying to imitate somebody else's wisdom. Every time you try to do what somebody else does, you got to remember that's got their viewpoints, opinions, limitations, as well as everything else. And I've stopped reading on any punctuated writing in personal growth, self-help, self-improvement, any coaching book, and especially books written by psychologists and psychotherapists, because they always tell you what's wrong. They never liberate you. They keep you in the window of tolerance, regulation, and their limitations. Something I really expanded into. And I unpunctuated my books. I write them open-ended so people can expand through them. And that's what Cowboy Wisdom Hypnoacuity is about. It's about sovereign expansion. And that's never to be controlled by outside sources. And really open your eyes to your wisdom, innovation, and talent. And everybody in this world is uniquely talented and is on a unique individual voyage to expand the world. And something else I really expanded into is all the chaos and all the stuff we have in the world. That's the universe and the mystical sources, spirit, whatever, asking people to expand out of yesterday, open their imagination, their wisdom, to raise the rest of the world up. And that's something I really opened up to. I went to a couple offshore seminars a long, long time ago and kind of learned about the manipulation of the world. And now that I'm starting to see it, it is the manipulation. But the wisdom of the world is in the people. We're so wise, and we've never been taught. We've never allowed ourselves to show ourselves the wisdom within us, because we always tried to stay within somebody else's way of thinking and knowing. And when you living and thinking, using other people's thinking, knowledge, the ones that's missing out is your unique talents. And I really want to open up to the world to rise above and see where you're blocked, what you view of the world. And your view of the world is an individual view. However you see it is you. And for me, I see the limitations of everything, but I also see the wisdom, innovation, and talent within me to expand myself above it, to expand the world. Cowboy Wisdom Hypnoacuities wants to show the world a better way to experience life. That's trusting your own imagination. Because all the school systems and everything in the world will never show you or understand your imagination, innovation, and your talents. Because them are unique to you. And people are so talented. We're just not societized talented like everybody else. And something I really opened up to is, athletes like Michael Jordan. He used his unique talents. Larry Bird, but they never had the same ability. Bird had the ingenuity and the wisdom. Michael Jordan had pure wisdom and pure athleticism. And everybody in the world is an athletic, autonomous inspiration to the world. But we get caught up in the society's cliques. Oh, pick me. I was in the society's cliques. But once I started understanding that, I really let go of it, opened my eyes to my inner talents. And then I discovered the unpunctuated writings I do. And they're written with hypnotic and NLP, but they're written with, I call them Robisms. And they're just words. I use the letters of words to make words. And they're in my way. But the thing I'm starting to understand the most is you've got to get a vocabulary that comes from here out. And your wisdom and ingenuity comes from your subconscious mind that's right here. And when you can open up to color the scenarios of your subconscious mind and take out the word mind and use subconscious scenery and inner landscape, you can color the greenery of the paradises within yourself. Just because all the college medicated books and everything says the subconscious mind, you do this. Well, when you take and use a neuro liberating lingo of inner landscape, I'm colorful and I'm charming and I got a Dharma aura. See how that really lightens it up? And really what expanding them do is they quiet the subconscious mind and open up the subconscious scenarios. Scenarios over possibilities, because I can color the scenarios. But one thing about the scenarios, I can put my favorite smell in them. When you put your favorite smell, you can have the sea breezes of easy, the sea breezes of success. I smell the sea breezes of lavish cash flow. And then breathe deep, and you'll really expand through it. Open your eyes to show the world a better way. I'm going to say, everybody that listens to this, you are unique and wide and talented. But it's up to you to uncover and discover the talents within you. And a talent is a trend-setting, autonomous lure, expanding now, trailblazing a new way through life. And really take all the rewords, redo, reveal, all this. Now do, now I begin, now I won, now circuit, now innovate. It brings everything to present moment because the past is right here. The past, present, and future is right here in front of you. And I'm going to close the show with, you are a blessing to the world, and the world is asking you for your wisdom, innovation, and talent to expand me and the rest of the world into our dreams. And Cowboy Wisdom Hypnoacuity, my website is mycowboywisdom.com. My email is mycowboywisdom, robert@mycowboywisdom.com, and my phone number is 702-755-9410. It's my honor and privilege to be here. I want to thank all the listeners and everybody else that wants to expand their life. We'll be here next Thursday with the Pure Liberated in podcast, and we're getting ready to start the new Pure Liberation TV. So thank you and good night.